I'm going to introduce you to perhaps one of my favorite features within Microsoft Word. And why is it my favorite? Because of how quick and simple it is. I'm going to introduce you to creating a table of contents within Microsoft Word using Microsoft Word styles. Now, before we can actually create the table of contents, we need to prepare the document to receive and to be able to generate the table of contents. And the way that we prepare a document is by utilizing built-in Microsoft Word styles. Now, way back when, several videos ago, I introduced you to using styles within Word. Essentially, styles, if we go back to our Home tab for a moment, over on the right, you've got a section called Styles. And essentially, styles are canned formatting, like predefined formats. Font color, font size, font type, and so on. Okay? Canned styles that you can use within your document. This creates consistency throughout the look and feel of your document. You utilize the same style, you're guaranteed to have the same colors, and so on. Now, not only does it create consistency and a really quick way to create formatting in the document, but by using a specific set of styles, specifically the heading styles, heading 1, 2, 3, and so on, you can have Microsoft Word generate your table of contents for you. Now, let's think about a table of contents for a moment. Open in front of you, I've got the example file that comes with this lecture. It's number 24, Word TOC. Make sure you download it, follow along with me. So it's 5 pages long, and throughout the document, I put in some headers, building a table of contents. If I scroll down, TOC based on styles. Keep going, heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and so on. Throughout these 5 pages, I've just put in a couple of headers. Now, what I like to do is I want to build a table of contents that shows up on the very first page of this document that gives us a quick outline of all the various sections or headers of this document. And not only do I want to see the actual text, but I want it to give me the page number as well. I can see where editing TOC with styles is located at in this document. And I want to be able to click on that header up inside the table of contents and have it take me to that section of the document, right? Think about opening up a textbook, right? You flip to the beginning of that textbook, you got the table of contents. Now, it'd be nice if you could tap on it and have it take you there. Physical book, no, but digital, yeah, click on it, take you right to that spot. You've got your table of contents. Now, I've got various headers in here. That's kind of one step. You got to set up those headers. You got to create sections within the document. Those areas that you want to call out within your table of contents. Kind of step 1. Step 2, we have to format them. And we're going to use specific styles here. Specifically, we're going to use heading 1, 2, and 3. And the reason we're going to use these is Microsoft Word utilizes headers to help it identify what should be included in the table of contents. All right, take a look. So first one, I'm going to take building a table of contents, and I'm going to go up to my Home tab, into Styles, and I'm going to make it a heading 1. There we go. I'm going to scroll on down. Let's say a TOC based on styles. That's a heading 1 as well. Heading 1, I'm going to make it a heading 1. Now heading 2, I'm going to mix it up here a little bit, and I'm going to make that a heading 2 style. Heading 3, which is just the next header down below, I'm going to make that a heading 3. Now let's stop right there for a moment. Here's the significance of heading 1, 2, 3, and so on. Now remember, Microsoft Word, when we say Word, create a table of contents based on this document, it's going to build it based on what we've tagged or styled using these heading styles. Now, how they get interpreted is kind of a hierarchy. Heading 1 becomes a top level element within the table of contents. Anything styled as a heading 2 becomes a sub element within the table of contents. Heading 3, additional sub element underneath there, and continues to go. Heading 1 will be top level, heading 2 right below that, level 3, heading 3 will be right below that. Okay. So I'm going to keep going here, just styling my document. We'll make this one, we'll go back to a heading 1. That'll be a heading, let's make that a heading 2 just for fun. And I'm just going to kind of pick and choose. Let's say that'll be a heading 2 as well. Colors and alignment, heading 2. Page numbers, we'll make that a heading 2 as well. And I think I got 2 more in here. That'll be a heading 1. Nope, one last one. Okay, that's it. So I've gone through and I've got my headers in there, and now I formatted them using the built-in heading styles. Heading 1, 2, and 3. Now you can keep going. You got heading 4s and 5s and so on. You can use those, but I'm just going to go up to 3. That's it. We've now got our document prepared for a table of contents. You've got the headers, and you've formatted them using the specific heading styles. Now remember, it's all based on hierarchy. Heading 1 will be a level 1 inside your table of contents. Heading 2 will be a sub-element. Heading 3 would be a sub-sub-element, and so on. So try this out. Make sure you download the exercise file, go through and style the document, style the heading specifically. And in the next video, we're going to see just how simple and just how quick it is to be able to create a dynamic table of contents based on styles within Microsoft Word. So we've got your document formatted. You got the headers in there, you got your styles in there, heading 1, 2, and so on. Now comes the magic. You've done the difficult part. That's really it. Got your headers and your styles, your formatting in there. Now we're going to let Microsoft Word take over from here and generate the table of contents for us. Now there's actually one last step here that we need to do in preparing the document to generate the table of contents. We need to specify where the table of contents should show up. And all I'm going to do here is I want a blank first page. First page of the document, I want it to be empty. That's where I'm going to put the table of contents. So I'm going to place my cursor just to the left of building a table of contents, and I'm going to insert a page break. I'm going to do Control Enter on my keyboard. This will do a page break. Now I got 6 pages in the document, and that first page is empty. That's it. I'm going to put my cursor up there. That's where I want my table of contents to show up. Yep. All right, here's the magic. Get ready for a big ooh-ah moment here. Ready? All right, I'm going to go up to my References tab, top of my screen, References. On the far left, we've got Table of Contents. Now I'm going to go into the first button there, Table of Contents. Now Word, not only they're going to create it for us based on the styles and the headers that we put in there, but it's giving you some defaults to pick from, kind of some canned layouts and formatting for the table of contents. For this example, I'm going to grab the first one there. It's just an automatic table 1. And note, there's heading 1, heading 2, and heading 3. See how they're kind of indented in? Those are those subheaders. So based on which headings you chose, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, they'll become sub-elements within the table of contents. All right, table of contents, I'm going to grab the first one, and it's really quick. Don't blink. There it is. Done. My table of contents generated for me. You can see that building a table of contents, that's a main header. Heading 1, look at that. It's a main header. Heading 2, it's slightly indented in. Heading 3, it's even more indented. Sub elements. Shows you the page numbers by default. They're right aligned. You got a leader in there. Tab leader, you might remember that from earlier videos. But it's generated the table of contents. Really, one button press. There's a little bit of work ahead of time, right? You had to get the headers in there. You had to format them. Oh, that was tough work, right? Not really, but a bit of work for you to do. And now to create it, just References, table of contents, pick your flavor, and Word did the rest of it for you. It's like magic. A dynamic, very quick table of contents. So try this out. Got the file. Hopefully you formatted it. Got your heading styles in there. Just go up to References, table of contents, pick it. Done. You got your table of contents. Could you imagine? And I'm sure you may have even done this before. What if you generated that manually by hand? What a task. Take you forever. And then not to say, what if the document got updated? People removed sections, added sections. Now you got to go update your table of contents. Good luck with that. Get Word to do it for you. Heading styles, that really lays the foundation for the magic to happen. But once you got that, create table of contents, done. So make sure you try it out and get your big ooh-ah moment in there, and we'll call it good. We're going to take a look at a few other features here, but let's generate the table of contents first. Microsoft Word is full of all sorts of default settings, and a table of contents is no different. You saw before we generated the table of contents, we used the heading styles. Heading 1, heading 2, and heading 3. And that was a default inside the system. You generate a table of contents, default, Microsoft Word looks for those styles and generates the table of contents based on that. That's just default. Now the formatting of the table of contents, the colors, the alignment, the leaders, the indentation, it's all default settings. What if you want to format your table of contents? Do you want the numbers? Do you want dotted leaders? Do you want a solid line? How many levels do you want to display? And so on. What if you want to format it on your own? Get rid of the defaults and you decide the way that the formatting or the table of contents should look. Let's take a look at formatting the table of contents. So first step, I'm going to click into my table of contents. I need to tell Word which table of contents I'm working with here. So I'm going to click into there. I'm going to go up to References, back to Table of Contents, and I'm going to go down to Custom Table of Contents. Now this takes me into the Table of Contents window with the tab Table of Contents, and I can see the preview and the web preview. So if you were to take your Word document and turn it into a web page, this is the way it would look. But down below I get a few settings, whether or not I want to show the page numbers, whether or not I want them right aligned, and what type of leader do I want. That's those dots. Makes it easier for your eye to match up the heading with the page number, right? And I could change them to other symbols as well, just like you can do within tab leaders. I also get down below some formats, some predefined formats for my table. I'm going to change that. I'm going to say classic. And I can see that they changed it a little bit. Headers are now, top headers are capitalized, a little bit indentation difference in there. Let's do modern. There's a modern table of contents. Let's do simple. Simple one looks very similar to the first one there. Formal. But we get some options in here to be able to choose how you want to manipulate the table of contents. Not a huge amount of options, but you get a few options inside here. Let's say I'm going to stick with, let's do distinctive. I like the solid lines inside there, a little bit bolder headings. I'm going to leave these settings turned on. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And my table of contents, you see it's actually updated in the background, but it's asking me if I want to replace it. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And there's my new updated, slightly more formatted table of contents. Got some bold headers. My leaders have changed. They're solid lines rather than those dash lines. Font's a little bit different. I think heading 3 got a little bit smaller, not bold like the other ones. But I've done a little bit of formatting here. Now I could take this a step further. Let's go back, References, Table of Contents, Custom Table of Contents. Now these formats, they're still default. They're built into Microsoft Word, and I'm just picking a kind of a formatting template to apply to my table of contents. Well, what if you want to change that yourself? I want to make my heading 1s, I want to make those blue, get those to stand out. Or I want to not make it bold, or I want to italicize it. I want to do something different. Well, here, still in the table of contents window, I'm going to go down. I'm going to change it to from template once again, kind of back to default. And I'm going to go down to modify. We're going to change the way that our table of contents looks. Now I've got my various levels. I got 9 levels for my table of contents. TOC level 1, TOC level 2, and so on. So TOC 1 would represent a heading 1 inside of our table of contents. So TOC 1 selected, I'm going to go down to modify. And I'm going to change it. Let's see, it's already bold. But I am going to change, what do I want to do? I want to change the color. Let's make that blue. Right, and let's bump up the font size just a little bit more. Let's go to 16. And I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. I'm done with that. All right. So I've just changed the way TOC 1 looks. Let's change that TOC 2. I'm going to grab that one, modify this one, and just for fun, I'm going to make this one orange. Let's get a little wacky with it, and I'll hit OK. All right, so I've now customized it a little bit more here, getting beyond the default templates that Microsoft Word offers, and really getting nitty-gritty with it and start to modify it myself. I'll hit OK. You see that's updated right there. I'm going to hit OK again. I want to replace the table of contents. Yes. And there we have it. I got blue, slightly bigger font for my TOC 1s or heading 1s. Heading 2s, became orange. Doing a little bit of formatting here, getting it to look the way that we need it to, kind of match the rest of our document, whatever we need to do in there. But formatting your table of contents. Try it out. Even do this. Once you get in there and start formatting your table of contents, give us a screenshot. Take a screenshot of your screen, go to the QA section of the course, and add it there. Let's take a look at what you've done. What type of formatting have you accomplished? But very magical. Create your table of contents all based on styles, heading styles, and you're done. Save you loads of time. Now we've seen how to create these very magical, very dynamic table of contents utilizing styles within Microsoft Word. Now documents, they change. Sections are added, sections are removed, stuff is moved around within the document. What happens to your table of contents at that point? I want to be able to update it. I want the new sections to be populated in there, the old sections to be removed. If you move stuff from page to page, we need the page numbers to update. I want a very quick, efficient way to update what we've created, the table of contents. Take a look. You can see just how simple this is. Now you'll recall that the table of contents was based on the headings. Let's see, I'm going to make a few changes here. Let's go down. I'm just going to pick a section. I'm going to put another header. And just be really generic about it. There's my other header. So I'm going to hop into there. Let's make this a heading 1. There we go. Let's grab, I'm going to grab this one right here, this TOC based on styles one. I'm going to do a Control F on my keyboard. This will open up my navigation pane. I'm going to go to the headings, and I'm going to grab the TOC based on styles, and I'm going to move that all the way to the bottom of the document. There we have it. All right, TOC based on styles. Let's make sure that's there. There it is on the last page of the document now. So that was up on the first or second page, right around there. I've now moved it to the bottom page of the document. Let's delete something here. Let's get rid of page numbers. All right. So I'm going to close my navigation pane. So I've now made some changes to the document. Added something, deleted something, moved something. Let's go back up to the first page. Here's my table of contents. Oh wait, TOC based on, it's still there. It should be down at the bottom of the page, right? Oh, page numbers is still, that should be completely gone. And my new section isn't even in there yet. Well, it's not dynamic in the sense that it's going to automatically update. We need to hit a button. One little button that's going to update the table of contents for us. Take a look. I'm going to click into there. There's a button up above for Update Table. You can also find it on your Reference tab. You'll see Update Table there as well. Either button, exact same button. I'll give it a click, and I've updated it. Let's see. There's my another header. TOC based on styles is down below, and page numbers is completely gone. All because we use styles and using the built-in table of contents feature. It's done it all for you. Very quick, very dynamic, very efficient. Try it out. Mess around with the document, delete stuff, add stuff, move stuff around, whatever you want to do, and watch just how quickly you can not only generate a table of contents, but update it as well.